as an English instructor and entrepreneur. And how much do you and your counterparts know about AEC?
Well, I mean, first of all, the Thais think AEC is ASEAN, because I think it's the same thing, which actually it's related, but it's not the same thing. A lot of Thais don't even know what ASEAN is and what it's going to bring to Thailand, right? Well, to me, AEC is just one pillar of the three pillars of ASEAN. It's the economic community, yeah. Okay. So that there are two others, you know, social and political, environment, and all that stuff, right? So what's going to happen with Thailand? I think. Some people are, you know, sort of jumping the gun. They're, you know, sort of, I mean, counting their eggs before they hatch. They start to think as soon as it, you know, happens next year, you know, things are going to change drastically. But I don't think things are going to change that much yet. But actually, I think the changes have been changing. I mean, a long time ago already. Right. Because, you know, I mean, Thailand. You know, like if we just look around us, you know, I mean, we're all surrounded by Western hardware, right? If we go, like nowadays, even before ASEAN has opened, we go to hotels or a lot of good restaurants in town. They use a lot of Filipino wait staff already, because they want them to speak English, right? And you know, so I think when ASEAN comes next year, I mean, it's going to probably make the situation a little bit, you know, I mean, more, you know, a little bit more. I mean, obvious probably, but I think, I mean, the Thais will probably be a little bit cagey and still like, they might still be wondering or curious, or they might doubt stuff, but I mean, I still think the Thais have to really, you know, get their act together and pick up their game. Otherwise, we could fall behind. Like, you know, like, I mean, 20, 30 years ago, Thailand was considered, you know, in the same group with Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea, and those guys they've shot past. I mean, not to say Thailand didn't develop. Yes, we developed, but we could have gone a little bit further to join that gang, right? But yeah.
What does it do? AEC means anything to you on business-wise?
Well, to me, that's why I said. I mean, to me, next year when AEC opens up, I mean,
more schools of yours?
More schools? No, actually, I'm as I said, what I do is I write books and I do sort of talk shows. I mean, about, you know, culture, and I try to make.
Wait, the talk show is in what language?
In the past, it's been in Thai, but nowadays I do a lot of cross-cultural seminars for a lot of international companies in Thailand, and I've done some abroad as well. But when AEC opens up, I mean, this is my opportunity to you know, I mean, jump onto the bandwagon as well. And I'm writing an English book right now. My name is Chris, so the name of the book is called Crisscross Culture, you know, a pun intended. And you know, about, you know, when Thais have to deal with Westerners, or when English-speaking cultures have to go to cultures that don't speak English, how are you going to adapt? But on the other hand, how Thais have to adapt to English-speaking people as a case study for other countries as well. And I'm going to launch this book with a stand-up talk show, which I mean, I do believe I have some funny you know, stories and examples to, you know, to make people, I mean, interested and to you know, get their attention.
How do you open up for invitation of universities?
So sorry?
To universities. To invite you for a talk or to teach?
Yeah. I mean, one of my main jobs nowadays is, I mean, I do TV shows for, as I said, I mean, English teaching TV shows to the Thais, so they're geared towards the Thais. But you know, a lot of expats actually watch some of my shows to actually try to learn Thai and, you know, to see what's going on, right? Yeah, a lot of universities and a lot of you know, private companies. Even public, you know, organizations invite me to go and, you know, do talks, 2-3 hour inspirational talks about, you know, 3 things usually. It's, you know, English communication, how to be a better English communicator, and the second thing is cross culture, and the third one is another one I do for a lot of universities is discovering the power in you. Because I mean, you know, how to discover who you are. Because like, I mean, my life has been a big long journey, and I've done so many things, but I mean, you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, when you write books or when you write your TV shows, I've written my TV shows for over 8 years. I mean, I write them myself with my team. I mean, where do you get the ideas? Where do you get the inspiration? I said, well, you know what? I can just sit there and it comes, you see. And it's just like Tiger Woods picking a golf club and he could just hit it, you know. I always tell a lot of university people, or even people who are like in their 30s and 40s, that everyone has gifts, okay? So everyone has a gift. Now you have a gift. Everyone, like, I mean, our cameraman, or I mean, everyone has a gift. But then the sad thing about human life is, or the human world is, most people aren't allowed to go and discover their gifts because they have to follow the system. You know, it's like a bee. It's like a, you know, you have a queen bee, you have the worker bees, right? So the worker bees, I mean, they might want to do something else, right? But they have to be a worker bee, so they have to follow the system, and that's their life.